What's good, superstars? Back with another Veve video. We got Superstar Joe and we got Superstar Rob in the house. How's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Guys, it has been a big day of recording. Second video on the day. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Become a superstar. I promise you, you will not regret it. We are talking Veve each and every day. Anything new that comes up, any ideas that go on in these big fat heads, we're going to be bringing it to the streets for you guys. So besides that, you guys can follow us on Veve. Guys, I promised in previous videos that I would follow you all back. Rob's doing the pose. I promised you I would follow you all back. But guys, now that we're over 100 followers on Veve, they really need to organize their stuff. Let me filter it out. I can't see everybody's stuff anymore. Everybody's blowing up the feed. It's hard to see. New people will come through, but I promise you I will go and hit all the ones that I see. So if I miss you, unfollow me, follow it again, because then I'll see it at the top. You know what I mean? It's getting tough to get to every single one, just because whenever anybody posts something, it puts it above and above, and I can be scrolling for like 2 days. You guys are so powerful. You guys are superstars. So if you want to follow us though, you can hit us up on Veve. Fastos 6909 9.9 million. All right, so now that that's done, we're going to get into the news here quickly. I'm going to pull it back first. We have a drop coming on. Actually, let's talk about today's drop. So we'll talk about the comic book drop. Was today 10K mints, Fantastic Four 265, She-Hulk joining Fantastic Four. What do you have to say about this one, Rob?
So I actually, I wasn't able to participate in the drop. Right in the last minute, I tried to open the app. I guess I didn't have it updated. I heard some people were having some trouble with it. So had to update it. I had to update the drop. I missed this anyways. We talked about this yesterday. I like She-Hulk. Rumor has it that she will probably, and I think it might be confirmed actually. I have to sharpen up on that, but I think it's confirmed that she's coming into the MCU and she's going to probably be a pretty big character. But the thing with She-Hulk on this comic book, personally, is that it's not her first appearance, from my understanding. And I checked Veve rank and it looked like it was a D comic, so that pretty much confirms it. Makes sense to me, because if it's not her first appearance. But if you're somebody, I know there's people, we had some superstars commenting below saying that they like owning every single comic on the app. Why not? It's a 10,000 mint though, a little bit more pricier because of the lower mints. Anyways, how did you do?
Well, I did notice in the aftermarket the prices started to come down and act like a $30,000 mint. But yeah, I went for it on drop, tried a couple rebounds, didn't get anything. And I didn't participate really in the secondary market. I just looked at it to see the prices, if they were anything crazy. I don't really care for this comic, don't really need it in my collection. I really like the ultra rare cover. The more and more I look at it, I just like how you got the Fantastic Four in the background, like faded, and she's ripping through the page. I think it's really cool artwork.
It is nice.
Maybe when they let you display them in the showroom, I might have a little bit of interest in picking this up, because it probably won't be too crazy for an ultra rare. But besides that, no, I didn't go for it. And I know a lot of people were having problems. Veve did come out and recognize it after the fact. Hey, Veve fam, if you're having trouble loading the app, please make sure you've updated to the latest version. Try uninstalling, reinstalling if necessary. I know that a bunch of people did that too before the drop. Like some people even mentioned that they did do the uninstall, reinstall. So maybe they flipped a switch on Veve's end and now things are working, I hear, for a lot of people.
Well, I just had to update it in my case. It was just an update.
If you're still having issues, submit a ticket, guys. And if you go to their official Veve, I think they give you if you go to the official Twitter, they give you a link right here. You can just click on it and you don't have to worry about being on the right page. Just click through their tweet. It's probably the best way.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, let's talk about the drops coming up on Saturday. We had some surprises today. So we already know about the weapon rack. I'm not going to get into detail. We all know the best one is this guy with the Superstar Money colors. If you cop one, send us a picture. Show us you got the Superstar Money colors in your showroom. That'd be awesome to see on Twitter.
By far the best one.
Yeah, this should be the secret rare. We're lucky that they're giving us 6,777 mints. This is going to sell out instantly. Probably be none on the market, just because everybody knows this colorway is so sick.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to go for. I'm going for this one. I really want that.
I'm on the fence, but I'm curious if people leave it up there cheaper in the aftermarket, and then maybe I want this, just because there's that rumor about the utility. That could be pretty cool.
Yeah, we'll see. I want it. I think it's probably going to go more than listed price, but there's always a chance with these art ones that they might go under, but we'll see.
Yeah,
like the next one you're about to bring up.
Today they announced this, and this was like kind of an Easter egg in some early Veve videos. In the background, I seen Veve Vault post about it, and he showed a video where you can see this in the background, and you zoom in, and it's this exact poster. So they kind of say, okay, cat's out the bag. You guys got us. I think they mentioned it on Twitter somewhere when they posted that.
Okay.
Somewhere up here. Yeah, you guys cracked the code. So Matt Gondek actually said it, and he's posting all the people's tweets about it. So that's pretty funny. But the problem with this one is 5,000 mints, $200 a pop. So I don't know how many people are going to go for this. I don't think I am.
It's not really for me. I think this one here might be one of the few times that you actually have a risk of going under the listed price. I don't think I want to get caught with buying something at this 200
the mint number is the problem at this price, because that's $1 million. They're selling this $1 million for this artwork, which I think someone was talking about it on a podcast, and they said that his artwork is like in the thousands. Real artwork. So I don't know. I think it might be a little bit of a reach, but maybe they're trying something out. I'm not sure. Maybe it'll stick around there though. 200. We've seen things stick around in those prices.
Yeah, actually, I want to use this opportunity to call out Superstar Rob stuff, because I was watching his live earlier today. Huge fan, by the way. Go subscribe to him. Really, really love watching him. I think he was talking about how he used a comparable to some other art, and it was like 600 mints.
Huh.
It was at, I think, like $800. So he's like, well, this one, okay, it's listed at 200, but you go from 600 mints to, what was that, 5,000?
Yeah, that's what I mean. The mint number is a little bit high.
Right. So definitely, like, for me, I don't know. It's not for me, but I think I'm gonna stay out of this one for this art. I'm sure someone out there's gonna want it.
Shout out Roberto's stuff over there, Superstar Roberto's stuff. Go check him out on YouTube. He's streaming every day. That guy puts in hours and hours of work. So love watching his stuff. It's always at a good time too, for some reason for me.
Yeah, he does a lot for the community. So definitely want to shout out Rob's stuff. Make sure you subscribe to him. You like his streams, and you go check him out.
For sure. Okay, so that's it about the drops, I think. Yesterday we posted a video, and it kind of got a lot of buzz. And we've been noticing a lot of talk around the FE tweets from Reverend Alex G. So I guess I'll let you talk about it.
Well, this was a funny one. So this was what was it? Bluebeard. Bluebeard started the conversation, and then Reverend Alex responded, basically saying that the FE is based on the work, not the character, and then obviously there can be multiple goofies in different art forms as FE. So yesterday we made a video on it, and it, like, it's kind of seen that everyone's talking about this right now, and it kind of it caused a stir in the community. We had a lot of comments on the video. So, like, just to be clear, like, we are not anti-FE, okay? And we want to also use this opportunity, because right now there's a lot of discussion, and it's a hot topic right now. We want to use this opportunity to be a voice for some of the commenters below and the superstars below that stand by their FE, and there's really good reasons. Like, every side of an argument, there's pros and there's cons. Yeah, there's going to be a sea of FEs coming. There's going to be an onslaught of FEs coming, but there's still good reasons to own them, and we're going to talk about that.
Yeah, so we definitely, like you said, we have had those conversations with a bunch of you guys in the comments, and we're going to shout out a couple of you guys in a little bit here. But the one thing that we do on this channel, and you'll notice it if you go through our videos, we bring up things that maybe people don't want to talk about, or we bring up points that are out there that are a silent majority. People don't want to say things because they don't want to bring down the prices of things, and especially YouTubers. I mean, a lot of people boosting the tires on Veve just because either we want to work with them, or they want everything to do well, and that's a great thing. But at the same time, if we don't point out some of the negatives or some of the unpopular opinions, then you're going to act like everything's gravy, and then you don't have the reason for why the market isn't going up, that type of thing.
It just helps generate conversation, and exactly. We are completely pro Veve. We are all in, hands all in. Like, we are pro Veve, but we like to generate conversation, and why this video is going to be a counter to our last video, so that we could get out the other side's opinion on this.
We're going to bring forward what you guys have brought to us in the comments, and we totally agree. So basically, this whole thing, I guess even Veve Vibes was asking a bunch of questions yesterday night.
Yeah, I was messaging him on the chat and the private messaging. He was really pushing the issue here, so good job on him.
Yeah, he brought up some good points, and he actually got Alex to respond, which was which was great because I love when the guys from Veve respond to the community. It's fantastic, and I love that they have that where they do have that branch where they can reach out to people in the community and answer questions. That's one thing that Veve does a really good job at for the most part is discussing things with the community, coming out with an AMA when there's a hot topic. They're really good that way. So the one thing here, and we're not going to blast Alex G for this at all because all he's doing is stating the facts. And realistically, let's look at it like this, guys. If we have FEs here, FEs there, I saw the memes. Okay, I saw Oprah handing out the FEs and saying, "You get a FE, you get a FE." I saw that. All right, but you got to remember, we are still very early to Veve. Okay, and I think it was Superstar Action. What was his name again?
Oh, that's
I'll pull up your screen. We'll show his YouTube here.
So Superstar Action Figure Resource.
We had some good banter back and forth this morning on it, and brought up fantastic points. He says when Pokemon was around, they had a first edition Charizard, then they had a general run, which was like millions of cards that didn't have that first edition. So think about it like this: Veve will be releasing future editions of the same things that are already on the app. This is probably why they're doing this. They're probably setting the stage for this because think about it. All right, Rob, I'm going to pull up. Actually, you pull up that chart that you made. We are still super early. This is where we are. Where are we now on this chart?
Yeah,
we're 2.4 million, right?
We made this video. I think it was January 7th or something like that. So at that time, there was 1.35 million users in the AMA. So every time they give an update, and I'm always watching because we did a linear path, which is what they said is 20,000 users a day. So as of today, they should be at around 2.4 million. I think last week they said 2.1.
Yeah.
But at 20,000 users a day, it doesn't take a lot, right? Like if it was 7 days ago, you do the math. What is that? 140,000 on top of 2.1 is 2.24. Yeah. I don't know. The point is that they're kind of on that trend. They might be slowing down a bit. We know from our video that we made about trends on Google and Veve not getting searched up, but they're right at pretty much around where they need to be based on that projection. So they're still very early because at the end of the year, there's a chance, nothing's guaranteed, but there's a chance at that rate they're going to be at 8 million users.
So let's say we get to 8 million users, like this chart. You can see there's lots of room to grow still, all the way up to 8 million, right? Even if it's not this year, if it's the middle of next year, whatever it is, that's another 6 million people coming to this app. They're going to come to this app and they're going to have to pay $1,000 to get into a Spider-Man. Veve's not going to keep that person on the app without having maybe a similar Spider-Man or exactly identical Spider-Man, but
maybe even identical
tag. So think about it. Think about it. Maybe these guys are doing some smart things here by making things FE, labeling them FE. If something new comes out, it's FE, it's FE. You're still early. The fact that everything has an FE or an FA right now, you are super early. Think about it when you got 8 million people on this app, and then you got more Spider-Man commons dropping, more Spider-Man uncommon drop. It looks the exact same, but it doesn't have the tag because that's how you retain the new viewers or the new users of the app. So think about it like that.
So that's then what we had another superstar non-fungible fungible talking. Yeah. He said on the comments, what if what's even worse is what if they reissue grails? Think about that.
That one I'm a little bit hesitant. Okay. I think the FA grails, I think the way that they're treating 3D collectibles, it could happen. It could happen where they reissue grails and it's like second. I know that they've done it for the physicals, like the Todd. There's a second edition or something like that. That's not the first edition. Like when you search for that physical, you need to specifically put first edition, right? And I think there's only like 5,500 or 6,500. I don't know the numbers, but in order to satisfy the abundance of people who may want one, they had to come out with another run of the exact same thing, but without that first edition tag. Same thing for the Charizard cards. Same thing for Pokemon and that stuff. So I think that's where they're going with the FEs. And I think now that we know, maybe another series of Mickey and friends, maybe they're all in swimming suits, and that could be a FE. But if in the future, if there's demand for that artwork to come back out, they could re-release it by not having the FE. Your FE still has value. That's when they get even more value because they're the first, and now there's alternates that are not as good as them. So right now,
It might even be phases where it's like we're still so early as we can see in this chart. And this is a 1-year chart. We don't know what the future holds. 2, 3. We'll see. but it's still so early. So we are becoming numb to this idea of FEs. So in the short term, there's going to be a sea of FEs. That's for sure. Does it necessarily make them useless? I think long term, probably not.
Yeah.
Just
So you're
because
right.
of this whole example that you're saying about Pokemon, how they can reissue an FE on the same Pokemon, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, but it won't have the FE.
Okay, it won't have the FE, but it'll be
Yeah.
kind of like within that kind of
They've done
tier.
it a million times. They
Yeah.
did a celebrations pack this year with Charizard.
Yeah.
But now it has a 25th anniversary logo, but it's not FE. It's not the first edition. So if you're, I guess the best way to word this is if you're a short-term Veve user and you expect to be in and out of the app within the year, sure, FE might not matter to you, and this might be a terrible thing for you.
Right.
But if you're planning to hold some things long-term, like most collectors do, and this is a collecting app first before it's an investing app. You guys know that. They've mentioned it many times. This is a collecting app first. If you are in this for the long term, you are sitting so pretty right now because everything has tags. Okay. And if the user base does grow, you are going to be laughing. I promise you. I promise you, you'll be laughing.
So it's a good point, right? And there's more than just what we're saying. Like we're saying, yeah, they could definitely reissue the same character over and over again, or the same art form over and over again, and then that will help gain value FE. We all know this. But there's other reasons too. Like look at Steamboat Willie. Like he doesn't have anything, but we know that he was the first time that Mickey was there by himself.
Yeah.
So there's still amazing reasons to want to own even non-FE collectibles, and eventually the market will dictate through its price probably which one in general the collectors will prefer over the others. But don't be scared to own an FE. There's still tons of reasons why. We just want to make sure we got the point of view of some of the other commenters here, some of the other collectors here, the superstars. That's why we say we like to have conversations and differing opinion in our videos, as well as if you agree. We want to know if you agree. We want to know if you have a different opinion. Explain it to us, because it generates more conversation. So let us know what you think right now about this and comment below, and let's see what we can come up with as well.
Exactly. Now, I thought it was fantastic. I think that this banter with you guys in the comments, when we bring up a topic that is maybe not so loved by the community, we love to hear why not. And then we agree with you. We agree with a lot of you in the comments. And a lot of you agreed with the video yesterday too. We saw both. So it shows that there's not one way of thinking, which is exactly the point of this channel.
But both, in a way, both are right. Like there's always two sides to every coin. There's two viewpoints to every discussion. So
and it's dependent on situation. If you're long-term investor, short-term investor, if you're a collector, it's all dependent on your situation. None of this is financial advice, guys. You know that, but it's just, it gets me so into it when we're talking about stuff like this, because you know what? Maybe Veve did something right this time and everyone's giving them heat right now, but we need to put this video out there so that you guys can see where we're coming from too, right?
Yeah.
I think that's it for me. You got anything else?
Well, do you think they would actually issue like an identical looking Spider-Man, for example, from season 1, and even give it similar animation? You think they're capable of that or no?
I think collectibles, like 3D collectibles, are going to be the last thing that they do that with.
Yeah.
I think right now the plan is, and that's why they're doing this FE thing, maybe, especially for cards. I think if they have long-term plans for the cards, this is speculation. Yeah. But imagine this Disney run, and then they have lots and lots of other Disney runs, and then there's demand. At some point, when you have so many people, there will be demand for more mints of things. And it could be the collectibles. I think they could go identical Spider-Mans.
Yeah, and you think, but then in a way that would be reissuing in a sense like a Grail, right? And I think that would definitely help. That would definitely help when eventually, we're speculating here, when eventually prices hit a point that maybe it's unachievable for some of these FAs or these FEs.
That would be the only time they could do it, and when the demand is too crazy,
right? Because if these do become like games, like digital games, then you almost can't play a game unless you have like a replica of whatever that OG was.
You're right. That could be the way in, because you might say, why would you buy something that's not FA if it's right? But you're right. Maybe it's a ticket into something.
So they still have lots of future ways to potentially bring in that demand for some of these non-FA, non-FEs. But great to own right now. If you have an FA, if you have an FE, great to own. If you want to sell your FE because you know there's a flood of them coming, that's okay too. Probably want to reinvest those gems though, unless you're looking to get your gems off app, whatever. Not financial advice, but that's what I would think though, right?
Yep. No, I think we pretty much covered it. We got out the point of view we were trying to. We let everybody know we are still very early, and that's pretty much all we had to talk about, guys. If you have not seen our other video from today, big news: Parology the Legend giving away 4 Goofies this month, 4 lenticulars. They got an FE tag on them, so if there's a future run of Goofies in this format that looks the exact same, they won't have that tag. All right, we know that for sure. And that's a and if that comes, if this whole point of this video, if this happens where they have to run new mints, that's only a good thing. That means that Veve is flying out the gates. All right, they're going crazy at that point. They had to keep up with the demand. They need to satisfy all these new people. That would only be good news.
Yeah.
So these are the rules for the contest. The first Goofy giveaway is on March 10th. It's a Twitter giveaway. And those are the rules. I'm not going to go through them. We went through it on our other video. If you want to check it out, it's pinned on our Twitter. And that is that.
Yep. And
these are our channels. Sorry.
Yeah. If you do the giveaway, you're going to join it, but make sure you join the Superstar community because you can become Superstar too. Hit that subscribe button. We want to see you again, and we want to have some more conversations down below. If you want to comment below, we would love to hear from you. So let us know your point of view on the video. Like, do you agree then that the FEs are actually going to be amazing in the future, or do you agree with yesterday's video that they probably are going to become a little bit oversaturated? And how do you think Veve will deal with it going forward in the future? So can't wait to hear from you again, and take care. We'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.
Love you. Bye.